Alright, so we're on the lesson 3 for chapter 5. You should be starting off with the same thing that you finished lesson 2 with. So we're going to click, make sure your swatches panel is active. We're going to click the options button and we're going to click new color swatch. Whenever you do that, we're going to click the color type list right here and we're going to go to spot. Alright, and then we're going to click the color mode and click Pantone plus solid coated. So, Pantone plus solid coated right there. Alright, and we're going to type 663 in the Pantone text box, which is right here, so 663, so that your new color swatch dialog resembles kind of this. Okay. So it should be looking similar to that, and then we're going to press OK. Alright. We're going to change the fill of the pink frame to Pantone 663. And we are just, actually, let me make sure I did that right. Nope. Pantone solid coated. Okay, yep, okay. Just make sure I did that right. Alright, and then we're just going to click and we're going to drag this Pantone solid right there. So it's kind of like a bluish, gray, purpley color that's going to be right there. Now we're going to change the fill color of the text and shout, or the twist and shout. So we're going to select on that text. Okay, so if we click there, we click our little text button, and we're going to change that to Pantone 663, and we're going to deselect by clicking in our paste board, and then so this is what that should look like. So you should still have the pink here, the green here, and then that Pantone 663 there. Alright? Alright, so our next step is we're going to click the imported graphics layer on the layers panel. So we're going to go to layers panel, imported graphics layer, okay, and then we're going to get our, make sure you have your selection tool, which I do, and then select, okay, so I'm going to, there's a, I'm going to deselect real quick, there's like a frame right here, but you can only click it if you have this imported graphics frame selected. Okay. So we're going to go on to File and then Place. So File, Place, and we're going to place livinggraphics.ai. So you might need to download that from your Chapter 5 thing. I have downloaded the whole Chapter 5. You can also do like I do and download the entire Chapter 5 folder. It'll take up space, but you can always delete it once we finish it. So click on livinggraphic.ai. That's an Adobe Illustrator file, and we're going to press Open. Alright, so once we do that, we're going to click Open. Okay, we did that. We're going to go to Object and then Fitting, and we're going to center content. So Object, Fitting, and then Center Content. So we're just centering that within that box. Alright, so now we're going to click on View, go to Display Performance. So View, Display Performance. And then we're going to click High Quality Display. Alright. So your screen should look pretty similar to this. And if you look at your swatches panel, you should have a new swatch showing over here. That swatch 159C should be showing over there for you. Alright, so whenever we do that, it will go ahead and add that color swatch there. Alright, so we're going to deselect our color, our graphics frame. We're going to double click on Pantone 159C, and we're going to do that. And so we're going to note that this was imported as a spot color type right here, and then we're going to press cancel. So we're just seeing that it did come in as a spot color type. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the frame shown. So there's another frame shown that we're going to select. So we're going to select up here. If you just click in this little top section or hover over it, you can kind of see the outline show. So we're going to click right there, and we're going to go to File, Place, and then we're going to go back to that folder, File, Place, and I'm going to go to OahuGraphic.ai. So that's that one right here, and I'll press OK. So the Oahu Graphic is an Adobe Illustrator file. The fill color of the O, A, H, and U is the Pantone 663, which is the one we've already grabbed. And then the border And so it looks very similar to this twisted shell, okay? So for that reason, it doesn't need to be added over here because it's already there. If that makes sense. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to click Object on the menu bar and go to Fitting. So Object and go to Fitting. Then we're going to click Center Content. So now that's kind of centered in that text frame. Right there. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to deselect. We're going to go to File, Save. Okay, so you're going to save this file. Please make sure that before you, this is where we're going to take a screenshot, but before you do a screenshot, I need to make sure your swatches panel is showing and that you've made these changes. So this is what I want a screenshot of. I'll do one so you can see. I want a screenshot of your file as well as your swatches panel so that I can see you've made all the correct changes and that you've added them in correctly. So that will be all for lesson 3.